Hey Aquarius, welcome to your love reading. Happy birthday if it's your birthday when you see this. Let's see what we have for Aquarius. If you're new, welcome. Please remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get all the messages I post each month. The waiting game, Aquarius. Love begins. Okay, that's reversed. So I guess we know why it's reversed. You know, the minor arcana, this is the Ace of Cups. The minor arcana is our response to major arcana. So it may be that, you're waiting for either a perfect love or the right time for love. It seems like you're not putting yourself out there yourself. So you are not making offers. So if you're cross-watching for an Aquarius, they aren't going to put themselves forward and make a love offer. It doesn't mean you're not open to love. There is delays, as we can see, the waiting game and the Ace of Cups reversed. I feel like it's just you waiting on the right time rather than, waiting for someone specific. I feel like you're waiting on the right time. So you could be healing yourself, filling your own cup of love, working on yourself. But yeah, if you're waiting for an Aquarius to make you an offer, I don't think they'll be doing that just yet, okay? We see delays and waiting game there. So yeah, I'll leave information about what decks of cards I use and how to contact me for personal readings out in the description box, okay? The light here, so again suggesting that you're going through this healing, looking towards the light, looking towards ascension and working on yourself, looking for the right path for you. I feel like you might be waiting on a divine love, so not the perfect person, but the perfect person for you. They're gonna have to like the divine's gonna have to come down and put a finger on them, like it's him, it's her. you just like, no, I really, this time I'm not gonna rush into anything. I want love, I'm open to love, but I'm not putting myself out there unless somebody really lets me know that I'm the one for them. So yeah, I see a lot of positive energy actually coming in. That's with our solar return. So with it being Aquarius season, this is why you'll start to feel this energy, and your natal Venus will line up with your natal sun. So it is actually a good time for love to come in for you. So love offers. It may be that you have to deal with some unfinished business if Mercury retrograde is going to affect you. That's because you have some unfinished business. Maybe why there's delays in love. Five of Pentacles, it looks like where I am today, right, with all that snow. But this has been left out in the cold. But, I can't help but feel like I said, like you're leaving yourself out in the cold. It's not out in the cold. You're choosing not to make any rash decisions yet regarding love. You want it, but you understand there's changes that need to be made. Either if somebody's made you a love offer, you're saying, look, something has to change before I accept this offer, or something needs to be healed. If you have just gone through a breakup and somebody has left you out in the cold, this is why we can see the Ace of Cups reversed, and you could be waiting for somebody here. Somebody who left you out in the cold. But those of you who are single, yeah, I feel like you're trusting your path, but you're not overly chasing love. You want love to sort of come in naturally, which is very good. If you're in a committed long-term relationship, I feel like things are not great then. They could be worked on, if you like, with both parties here, because two people would have to work on it. It does need healing, that relationship. But if you're single, don't fear, because with this solar return, there is a lot of positive energy coming in for you. There you go. Two of Cups. Like I was saying, if it's a relationship, two people have to work to bring it out of its, problem area. And there's two people in this card also, so two people will end up out in the cold if it's a long-term relationship. One of you might be thinking about ending it because it's draining you too much of love with the Ace of Cups reversed. If you're waiting for somebody from your past here, I feel like you need to refill your cup of love for yourself before this person can come back. Okay, there will be some waiting involved. Even if they come back during Mercury retrograde, you may find that they still have problems with their ego and they need to work through that, right? You also would have been through, you're also being quite stubborn, Aquarius, okay? Somebody had to say it. You're being quite stubborn. It's not, there's not always a negative with ego. It helps us to survive and stay at the top of the food chain. But there's a reason we go through things and lose things because of our ego. So we could lose somebody because we're scared to tell them how much we miss them, right? This could also be happening with your soulmate here. Two of Cups, somebody, their ego might be getting in the way of telling you how much they really love you, because there is love here, just it's not being offered or it's not being spoken, right? So somebody's feeling the coldness, somebody's feeling left out in the cold, but the reason they haven't made this offer, or you haven't, Aquarius, it could be due to ego. So I'd just be aware of that. Like I said, ego isn't always a negative thing, just like karma. It's how we perceive it. So if what's happening in your life is working for you, then you probably wouldn't see any reason to change your ego, right? But then usually we'll hit a tower or somebody will leave us out in the cold when we're not expecting it, because our ego tells us they'll never leave me. But when they do, this is when this ego can break you down, build you back up, and it can become quite abundant, okay? So you're heading towards abundance from a point of lack, because you had to break down your ego and you had to build yourself back up again. So you'll begin to see the abundance as we are in your solar return. You'll start to get a lot of positive energy coming your way here. The Empress, yeah. So there is somebody, it seems like you're meant for each other here. Showing up as the Empress and Emperor, you could be just as stubborn as each other. Wouldn't that be a fine thing, right? But an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind and poor, right? So if you are in this committed relationship with somebody you love, don't be too egotistical that you can't say you miss somebody or say you was wrong, right? And the same for them. Okay, it shows that you two are not only made for each other, you are mirroring each other. So if you're waiting for somebody who you've separated from, you're both not making a love offer to each other, right? So, I mean, ego will get in the way, but, you know, the light here will come through to wake you up one way or the other, right? This is why we're in this Five of Pentacles energy, being pushed to change our actions. If you're in a long-term relationship, it's saying, look, something's got to give here. Two of Pentacles. You may be saying, look, I've been doing too much. I've been juggling work. I've been juggling the family life and the house. And this person is not helping me and things like that. This is why it's become this breakdown of a relationship. I think there's some sort of lack of communication here. It probably that you want to talk and they say it later or something, or, you know, and then it doesn't happen. With all these twos here, it's saying you need to take care of your inner child. But again, it's about, we need to take care of our inner child, but remember, like, to make it like it's to be an adult and compromise. Not everything is perfect. Sometimes we do need to compromise, and that doesn't mean that we are lowering our self-respect. We have to speak to each other like adults and things like that, right? I feel like definitely with the Seven Pentacles here and on that waiting game for the Two of Cups, those of you who have been waiting a long time to meet a soulmate, It's decision time. Is there anything more you could be doing to allow love into your life? You know, it's very strange because we are in uncharted territory with COVID, so we do need to maybe be dating online and things like that, and it might not be what you're into. So you may be saying, I ain't going online dating. I'm not going to change that. But, you know, we do need to be a little bit fluid to allow change into our life. Change is not a negative. Actually, the fives tell us that positive changes will come from this, okay? So although you could be feeling stuck in a rut, like I can't get out, I'm single and I can't meet anybody, then we might have to change our preferences a little bit and bend a little bit, that okay, we might need to date online, right? And you can be as stubborn as you like. If not, you just have to wait it out until we're able to go back into the world, right? Because I do believe you have such an abundance of love to give and want to receive such an abundance of love, right? But if we're so rigid, how are we going to allow that in? Ace of Swords. So you will have this breakthrough. You will have, like, some of you who are in a long-term relationship might be having a conversation and trying to work on it and build it up. Others of you might be cutting off from a relationship. And those who are single, waiting for somebody from their past here, this is communication coming in. I don't really feel like it moves you forward though, because it's like you're both butting heads here, right? You're both being as stubborn as each other. So it's very similar personalities here, or something like that happening. Very strong personalities. Could be two very masculine personalities, not to be confused with male and female, but two very masculine personalities butting heads. So you're going backwards and forwards in this conversation, but still remaining stuck. And this is why I guess love begins is reversed. Yeah, because we need action. King of Wands here. We need somebody to actually start moving the connection forward, and somebody to maybe say, you know what, it's not worth us butting heads over this. Somebody's got to take actions. We've got to communicate. We want to either rekindle or restart this passion in our relationship. If you're in a long-term relationship, or if you're waiting for somebody new, you've got to put yourself out there, right? When manifesting things into our life, we have to put action behind the desire. And that's all this is letting you know. You know, use what you've learned, take it as far as you can, then the divine does the rest. But if you're hiding behind your curtains at home, then nobody can really come into your life, can there? Three of Wands. So the minute you take action, you start to receive this good news. You start to receive messages. So I'm seeing somebody like making a dating profile, and then people start flooding messages coming in. So it's okay to, you know, have your preferences. We all have free will, so we're all going to do what we're going to do. But if it's worth waiting for, that's the Three of Wands, something that's worth waiting for, because it's something that's coming. Putting yourself out there, things can come to you. Things will be drawn to you. That's the Empress energy. We don't chase anything. Things will be drawn to us, right? Things will be created by positive energy. If we're in this energy of Five of Pentacles lack, or waiting for something to happen to us, the universe basically says yes to everything. So if you say to the universe, I'm waiting, the universe says yes. You know, this is why affirmations and positive speaking are very important, because we can say negative things over and over again and then wonder why negative things keep happening. I know it's difficult to keep pushing ourselves forward. Me too, I experience it too. But just be careful about this, right? And start taking action. Put yourself out there. If you really want love, invite love into your life. Start doing, you know, manifestation techniques or affirmations and things like that. Judgment. It's time. When it's our solar return, we sort of get this renewed energy. So if we're not taking action at all that in that time, we can have to end up waiting a long time for new opportunities to come our way. 9 of Cups. So right now you have an opportunity to meet that 9th cup. When we leave things behind with the 8 cups, we're looking for the 9th cup. What's going to happen here if you overindulge instead? Because this energy will come in for you, right? And this is Jupiter energy. So it's energy of expansion. So where you're putting your efforts will expand. If you're putting your efforts into sitting on the sofa, then your waistline could expand. I know it sounds crazy, but it's funny how I gain weight at certain times, and when I look and I'm like, oh yeah, it's things like that. So you could even gain weight during this time if we're not putting the action in. King of Wands, right? So then that can cause you to feel unhappy within yourself as well. But if we are manifesting, making wishes, praying, however you want to say it, let's say I'm praying for to meet a romantic partner. Okay, so what are you doing? Okay, I'm putting myself online. Great. Then the divine can send somebody else online, right? Somebody else who's looking for love, because they'll be actively seeking love. What you are looking for is looking for you. Just be aware of that. You'll have your wish granted here, and like I said, you'll have positive things coming towards you, chances for abundance, chances to manifest, chance to meet a perfect person for you here. It's like divine timing is now, okay, in Aquarius season. If we don't take action, we know we're not going to get anything back from it, right? We reap what we sow. So if we're sowing seeds, then we can expect seeds to grow. If we're not sowing seeds, nothing will grow. Right? And that's just how things are. So I do feel like you're holding back from love yourself, like I said. But I guess with good reason. But if you really, really want this love, then go ahead and go for it, right? Why would you, what are you waiting for? Somebody to come knock at your door and say, here, you want, a lot of people try to manifest love by giving too many specifics. I want this person to find me, okay? I want them to find me at work with a bunch of flowers, and I want to meet them at sunset. Don't say things like that. You know, you can say, I'm meeting my lover. I'm meeting my love. I've met my love. You know, different sort of words just to put that energy out there. Okay, if we think of our brain as electric, right, and we think of these electric pulses going out of our brain, sending the messages to the universe, if we're seeing it every day, it stimulates those electric forces there, okay, to pump that message out into the universe. If we are sitting inside every day and watching TV, then we can't really manifest anything to us because we're staying in the same sort of thing. So you may end up feeling stuck in a rut. But I'm telling you, you can grab a lot of opportunities with the Ace of Swords in the center of your reading here. If you can just use this Ace of Swords to break free from feeling stuck. It feels like mud on my feet. That's what it feels like. I'm trying to walk with mud on my feet, but the more you walk, the easier it gets, right? So just put one foot in front of the other. Take action here. If you want to meet somebody, if you're in a relationship and it is not going so well, reach out and talk to each other. Don't be butting heads. Don't you be so stubborn, and don't that person be so stubborn. If you are missing somebody and you don't know what's going on with them, reach out to them and say, hey, what's going on with you? I miss you. Things like that. Don't let time waste and time pass you by. All we ever have is the now. There's no future, there's no past, there's the now. If you was to think back to the past, where are you at? You're at the now, thinking. If you think about the future, you're still in the now, thinking. These wishes can be granted for you by putting action behind it. Now's your time. That's what the now is. Now is your time. Good luck, Aquarius.